All right, let's dive into something really cool from our source material today. It's called The Number Line of Ancient Stories. And you might be thinking, what could ancient stories possibly have to do with, well, with a number line?
So get this. What do you think connects these three totally different events? We've got the denial of an apostle, the resurrection of a major religious figure, and a prophet having a complete change of heart. The answer is, well, it's wild. It comes straight out of a sixth-grade math class. No, seriously. Okay, clue number one from our source. The story of Peter's denial gets assigned a number. And that number is -3. Huh. A negative number. Okay, let's file that away for a second. Next up, our second clue. Jesus' resurrection, that gets a value of +10. All right, so now we have a negative number and a positive number, and there's a pretty big gap between -3 and +10, right? And then there's the last piece of the puzzle, and this one's a real curveball. Jonah's repentance is given the number 1/3, a fraction. So let's recap. We have a negative whole number, a positive whole number, and now a fraction. How on earth are we supposed to put those in any kind of logical order?
Well, to solve this, we need a tool. A simple but incredibly powerful tool for creating order out of chaos. We're talking about the universal ruler, the number line.
Okay, quick refresher, just so we're all on the same page. Our source points out the two types of numbers we're working with here. You've got integers. Those are your classic whole numbers, positive, negative, and 0. So our -3 and our 10. Those are integers. Then you have rational numbers, which is just a fancy way of saying any number that can be a fraction, like our 1/3. See? Simple. Now here is the absolute most important golden rule of the number line. It's super simple. The further you go to the right, the bigger the number gets. The further you go to the left, the smaller it gets. That's it. It means that kind of counterintuitively, -10 is actually way smaller than -1. Understanding that one rule is the key to cracking this whole thing wide open. All right, we've got our stories, we've got our numbers, and we've got our tool, the number line. Now it's time to put it all together. This is the aha moment. So when you lay it all out like this, you realize something pretty important. The stories themselves, they're just labels. This isn't really a test of theology. It's a math problem, a pretty clever one too. All we have to do is take these three numbers and put them in the right order. So let's do it. Imagine 0 is right in the middle. Okay, first up, -3. We go 3 steps to the left of 0. Boom, there it is. Now +10. That's easy. We go 10 big steps all the way over to the right. And then the tricky one, 1/3. Where does that go? Well, it's positive, so it's to the right of 0, but it's just a tiny fraction, so it snuggles in right there just past 0. And just like that, look, the solution is staring us right in the face. Once you see them on the line, there's no confusion. You just read it from left to right, from smallest to biggest. The order is -3, then 1/3, then 10. Puzzle solved! Okay, that was pretty cool, right? Now that we've got the hang of it, the source material throws us another set of stories and numbers. It's like a little practice round to make sure we've really got this down. So here's our new set. We've got King Saul's jealousy, that's a -7. Elijah calling fire from heaven, that's a +9. David running from Saul, -2. And Jesus feeding the 5,000, that's a +8. So we've got 2 negatives and 2 positives. Take a second. Think about that number line. Can you put them in order? And here's the solution all laid out for you. The smallest number, the one furthest to the left, is that -7 for King Saul. Then, moving to the right, we hit -2 for David. After that, we cross over 0 and get to the positives. First is the +8 for the feeding of the 5,000, and the greatest value of them all is Elijah's +9. Perfect! So, okay, we've ordered some numbers from some stories. It's a neat little puzzle. But so what? Why does a simple skill like this even matter? Let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture here. And this is the real takeaway. Being able to put things in order isn't just a math trick, it's like a superpower. It's the foundation for spotting patterns, for tracking progress. Think about a company's profits and losses on a chart, and for making smart comparisons. It's how you turn a chaotic mess of data into something that actually makes sense. And that really leaves us with a final kind of cool thought, doesn't it? This incredibly simple tool, just a straight line with numbers on it, managed to bring perfect clarity to this weird mix of stories and numbers. It makes you wonder, what other complex ideas or historical events or even our own personal goals could we understand so much better if we just figured out the right way to place them on a line?